The man I now like, listen to this question. I want to know your opinion in the comments. The man I now like, who is asking me out, this is from a female, 24-year-old female, 24, 25. The man I now like, who is asking me out, has a very bad breath and a foul body odor and a smelly room. Smelly room, that's the room, the space where it stays smells. Otherwise, I like him overall. We have not had sex yet. What do I do? So this question is somebody who is planning on dating an adult male, but her concern is that the breath is the body smells bad enough be concerning for her. Usually, women generally date to marry. Somewhere at the back of their head. Generalities. There's a couple of others who play around to eat. The ones who don't have money. So they go and do the selling sex to make money. But in a balanced environment where fathers and the lives of their daughters, where they provide up to the point where those girls are handed over to their husbands. In that hypothetical perfect scenario, when you approach a woman, she will have a concern like this because she's thinking about spending the rest of her life with you, possibly. So before I even answer her question, adults. What makes this a very difficult scenario is there's no way to tell somebody their mouth is smelling. That's nice. There's no nice way to say it. So why put us? Why are we putting ourselves in this type of dilemma? And see what sets you up to having bad breath and not know. Because again, if that young man smells this thing, the ladies to complain about, even him will do, if he smells it, a lot of times he has gone into places with that we are stinking. You've gone to places where something died, a rat died, an animal died, and you go, what's smelling here? The same person that has a very bad breath will be asking for what's smelling in an environment he walked into that smells very bad. So it means his nose can appreciate bad odor. The problem with the reason he can't smell himself again is the same thing they say when you hang around stool for a while, it stops smelling. So your mouth is just under your nose. It starts smelling early from maybe you brush, and how fast after you brush does your breath start smelling? It's different for different people. So I brush 2 times a day and maybe 5 times a day if I bathe. I brush with bathing. So I bathe averagely twice a day, in the morning and when I get back. So if I bathe, I brush. So if for any reason I'm going to bathe 3 or 4 times, maybe because the environment is hotter, I went to play, maybe I did some workout, went to play football, whatever. I'll bathe 2 more times or 1 more time. But that extra time will carry brushing as well. So what's the average time duration from brushing before the breath starts stinking? The answer is it varies for different people. But in the beginning of foul breath, in the beginning when your mouth starts going from fresh to foul, in the beginning, the smell is not strong. It's not a strong smell yet. It gets strong after some hours. And by the time it gets strong, you can no longer smell it because it has been smelling slowly. It gets worse slowly. And you're with it all the way. It's just under your nose. So your nose acclimatizes to the smell, so you can no longer smell it. It's now your neighbor that will suffer. So symptoms of foul breath from your own end, that your mouth is smelling, is you're talking to somebody, person is sweating, and the room is cool, and you're not their boss. It means you're putting that person under some of my gas. They are talking to me. I'm not even close. I can smell hot breath. They are not even close. I have a colleague like that. The moment he starts talking, his breath, even with face mask. The guy wearing face mask. I say, you're wearing mask. I'm wearing mask. I can still smell your breath. What type of? That condition is called fetal hepaticus. But before we diagnose you of a liver problem, pay attention to your own hygiene first. Because that's where I want to. When another adult says another adult's breath is very bad, as a doctor, my first reaction is to make diagnosis immediately and check the person's liver. Because of course every adult has some idea that everybody under certain hygiene circumstances can smell. When somebody now says your own is very bad, haba. So so first of all, the reason this is happening is the people who are having the bad breath can't smell their breaths because the nose is just above the mouth. So it stays with the mouth there. And it gets used to the smell. It acclimatizes to the smell. That's a word for it. It's even something is called where you hang around something for long enough and start smelling it. That's what happens there. So when that happens, it's now your neighbor that suffers, like I said. So how do you deal with this thing? The simpler way to do it is get a routine. If you must bathe once a day, for whatever reason you have, brush at least twice a day. You the young man that they're complaining about, we can't give you names. But if you suspect you're the person, there's this girl you've been asking out, and you've seen that she likes you, but she has not really yielded. You are the person. You have been reported. You are the person. So I'm telling you now, brush 3 times a day. When you get back in the afternoon, midday, if you're at work, you can go and brush 5 times a day. And you don't rinse your mouth after. You don't rinse your mouth after eating. The particles of food in your mouth will now form a medium, like sugar agar. That bacteria. It's bacteria that's making your mouth smell. That's a phenomenon. Phenomenon. Yes, that's the correct word. Phenomenon. Yes. That phenomenon is called halitosis. And what feeds it is bacteria. So when you're giving somebody head, you're having oral sex with the woman. You're giving a woman head. All the bacteria in her vagina. And you know how vagina, the ones that smell, you know how bad. They are now in your mouth. And do not go away, they'll stay there. There's nothing you can do to remove them. They have now become normal bacteria in your mouth. The mouth normally has bacteria in it. Some will now come and join and stay there. So when you've not brushed, your morning breath will smell worse than it was before you give that woman head. Now, number 2, you're kissing somebody who has given somebody's head that gives somebody head. You know that type of thing. You have also you are now a partaker in the 3rd generation of head that was given that you are not aware of. So your breath now has a new update. It's going to smell worse than it used to smell when you've not brushed. Your morning breath will stink more. And I'm telling you now, when you now eat again, and there are particles of food in your mouth, you drank water, that's not enough. Particles in your mouth, that thing will form a medium for the bacteria to multiply fast. So in 30 minutes to 1 hour, your breath is safe. You can start fire with that breath. You just blow something to catch fire. And you will not know. Your nose will not let you know. Because it's just there above your mouth. It happens slowly, but quickly. And then your breath is very hot. So the first thing to do is just to get a routine. The best routine, I'm giving it to you now, take it from me. This is a medical doctor talking. Once you eat anything, whether it's cooked, you drank, whatever that enters your mouth and comes out, rinse your mouth with water, gargle with water. So you spit out. You go, gargle it, spit out. Maybe 3 times. Even if you brush once a day, I promise you your breath will not smell. The second thing you do is to get a routine, a brushing routine. You can't take away this one. It's not this or this. It's this and this. So you're doing this one, you're rinsing your mouth. Now, to make it better, brush 2 times a day, minimum. The morning and the evening when you get back from work, depending on what you do. Some people brush in the night. If you have a partner that you're staying with my wife, brush in the night. Since you're going to lay down, same space with her, and you'll be talking with your deep voice, and your breath is hot. What type of conversation do you want to have? What type of pillow talk? That's why she's always backing in, so that she can keep her life. So you want to also brush in the night as well, even if you don't bathe. Now, this man is having he's having very bad breath. Let me read it the way she said. She said he has a very bad breath and foul body odor. She now said, and a smelling room. So this person has overall hygiene is down. So it's not even a medical. There's probably a medical condition on that. There are people who smell because of medical conditions that they have. But before we make that diagnosis, we want to rule out the hygiene, the simpler one. So you want to brush 3 times a day, then bathe at least twice a day. Some of the people have perfume, so I will not teach anybody grooming how to use perfume. It's not even that. Sometimes when you mix the perfume with the odor, it gives you one other secondary smell that's even worse. and a lot is going on at the same time. I had an ex that used to say she met somebody that the face smells, the face of the person. The person is not saying anything, but they are breathing air and breathing out. The thing is coming through the nose. I say, damn, and it's worse with, I'm sorry to say introverts, people that don't talk. So you're not talking, air is not moving in and out. The mouth is not hot. The first person you tell anything, and usually you don't want to increase, you don't want to talk, shout, you don't talk loud. Tell somebody to come closer. The person comes closer, you release the thing. You know, it becomes a problem for the person. So all these things we can, brush with this, find the pattern. At least more than once a day. Then always raise your mouth. If you take Coca-Cola, look for water, rinse, gargle. Rinse, pour, gargle. Take your, lift your head up, pour water inside, gargle it, pour it out. Then bathing also. Want to bathe, shaving helps. There's hair in your armpit. Already the sweat gland in the armpit is a different type of sweat gland from the one on the skin. It's called the apocrine sweat gland. The one on the skin is called the eccrine, ECCRINE. When the armpit is apo, so that one already by itself, by its make, what it's made of will make it to smell. So when there is hair inside that place again, plus the fact that the setup of the place is to smell, and then there's sweat, plus you've not had your bath, that would be a problem. Then it spreads. Of course, sweat trickles down. Your clothes is soaked. You now carry the clothes that is soaked. Maybe you even go and bathe, then put the clothes in your room like that. After a while, if you wear 2-3 clothes and you don't wash them, that is another place that will not generate another group of whatever that will not start smelling again in the whole room. So to set your own hygiene up properly, bathing is very important. Scrub the armpits. Shave is also good. Because when the armpit is having hair and then it's having oil and sweat, you see now, that's another home for bacteria and smell. So you want to reduce the quantity of hair in the armpit. You shave, bathe often. Do the normal regular grooming. Nobody teaching you how to use what perfume to use, what do. Keep doing what. Make sure you know. The third thing is your clothes. That's this guy's room is smelling. What's making his room smell is the thing that has left his body. It's now hanging in the room, which is his clothes. Inner wears. So you either wash them as soon as you remove them, or you hang them outside. Yes. It's a simple thing. You put your clothes, when you take your clothes off as it's just freshly taking it out, put it in a hanger, keep it outside to air it, for air to, reduce grossly whatever smell the bacteria has impacted. The bacteria is largely not on the clothes, it's on your body. So what is on the clothes is the smell that has gone from your armpit to the clothes. So when the air blows the thing, diffusion, what is left there is very small. You can only smell when somebody brings it to their nose. But what you're just keeping in your room with the sweat, everything, and it's there. It's not even dry, everything is wet, it's a whole mess. The thing not generating smell, your whole room has a smell. So this for the young man, if he ever see this. So most time people will listen to this and not even know their own breath is smelling. But see how you know, this is the most important part of this video. How you know that your mouth is smelling. Do you know how you know? When you start tasting, you're not eating something, but you're tasting something in your mouth. That is how you know. If you want to smell it first, your nose will betray you. The moment you brush your mouth in the morning and you come out of the bathroom, you see that cool thing, as it's going away. When it finally goes away and you start getting something like a taste, like a taste in your mouth, just know your mouth, so your breath, so you already smell, your breath is smelling already. Me, I carry mints, breath mints. But if you say too much, people will not do it. That's what I'm saying. Very simple things, very basic things. Basic things. You don't even need to carry breath mints. Don't carry. Just rinse your mouth after eating anything. You brush in the morning, you come out, as the day wears down, the bacteria in your mouth, brushing reduces the number. But as the day wears down, what happens is those ones that you didn't catch will start multiplying again. When you now eat, it will multiply faster because there's now sugar for them to grow faster. You understand? So when you eat like that, you rinse your mouth, you reduce the quantity of sugar in the mouth so that even though the growth is still happening, it's not at a quick rate before the next time you brush. I get it. So you must always rinse your mouth after eating anything. Then if you want to catch yourself, if you want to know, it looks like my mouth smelling, even though I can't smell it with my nose, is when the taste in your mouth changes from what it's supposed to be or what you're used to. And I hope you're not gotten used to tasting the bad breath. That taste in your mouth. I hope your new normal is not the bad breath. That's now how there will be confusion. You'll not even know when your mouth, the taste in your mouth has changed. Because what you're used to is the one that is producing the bad breath. I hope that's not the case anyway. But, all right. So to answer this girl's question, young lady, the answer to your question is this. She also mentioned that the young man supports her financially, in a very small, short sentence. But I understand what she means. What she means is, this is why that came up is, she does not want to say something that will not make the guy not get angry with her. But see the way it works. I don't give you a small key now because you asked this question. When a man loves you as a woman and he goes a step further to invest money, gives you money, helps you with money, the Bible says where a man's treasure is, where his heart is. So his heart was already there because he feels something for you. Then he will double down, worsen it by putting his treasure inside. So it means he's now invested with you. But there's something that releases that whole thing, which is why the Bible said marital sex. What will take all that away? Sexual intercourse. The moment a man has sex with you once or twice, his judgment becomes even better. So the fact that sex has not happened can becloud the judgment of a man and keep him around the woman for years. That's, So I'm not saying that people should have sex to judge better. I'm also not saying that people should withhold sex. I'm saying follow the principles you already know. You're an adult. I'm not the one teaching you what to do. I'm just pointing your attention on something you may not be seeing. That's what I'm doing. Shining lights in a place that may be dark. So you have a look. I'm not telling you what to do. A lot of adults already know what to do. So, young lady, this man has invested money and he loves you. He's the one that approached you and you like him as well. Shows that the breath and all that. So see what you do. You're going to tell him your mouth smells, chief. And of course, there's no good way to tell somebody their mouth smells. There's no way to do it. There's no nice way to do it. So you're going to tell him and your body smells and your room smells. See why it will work. He will not stop talking to you because he has invested money. And once a man invests like that in a woman that he first of all loves, whatever it is, he feels such a person has doubled, quadrupled. But not just that. The person goes into payback mode. And it's two ways men take their whatever investment back. The first way is to ask you literally for the thing they give you. Give it to me. Give me back the bag. Give me back the car. Give me back the. The second way to do it is when they have sex with you once or twice. So this man has not had sex with you yet, and he's giving you money that you probably have used, so you can't get it back. So you are at a vantage point right now to tell him whatever because he loves you and because he still feels you have depth with him. He will do what you ask him to do. That's the power of what's the word? There's a book, a very powerful book that was written by what's the name of this man? I was talking about what sexual energy, when transmitted, what it can create. He's not saying what a man can do just to get to have sex with him. Yes, there's no saying how far a man can go to improve his own life self. Do you understand? So I'm not saying you should hang the thing of sex and use it to manipulate the man. I'm only telling you that this particular one now that's a concern that's very important. You can tell him now in black and white print, young man, your mouth smells so badly. Your room smells. You have a body odor. You can do it now. What will happen is he will become very shy, ashamed. He will wish you didn't tell him, but he will work on it. If you wait because it's embarrassing, there's no nice way to tell somebody their mouth is smelling. There's no nice way. All the research that has been done are inconclusive. If you want to wait for when it is politically correct or when it's morally right to tell the man, you people go and have two adults that have feel. He says he feels something for the man. And of course, the guy does before he even approaches you. People are going to have sex somewhere along the line. When that happens, the man has a clearer and it's also very important for you to note. Very important note is that this man, as you are checking him out, is checking you out. I see some things on you also, just like you're seeing some things on you, that he may not be very sure if he likes. Yes. But men have these habits, or let me say human beings, but I'm sure about men because I'm a man myself, of turning a blind eye because you've not had sex with the woman. After you've had sex with this person once or twice, your body goes into this. Not even something that men do intentionally. Very few people are self-aware that know what's going on. That's why I can explain it, because I know what's going on. But the people who are not even aware, this happens to them as well. There is this, they call it post-nut clarity, that happens just immediately after ejaculation. Now, if a man has sex with the person 2-3 times, the clarity stays with them. So when they look at you, they see you for who you are. There's no other external color to what they are seeing. They can see clearly, this girl is not a polished person. She is bad behaved. She's this, she's that. Expressly, there's no dilution there. She can see clearly and they can make a decision. So if you wait to tell this guy this and you didn't tell him and he has sex with you first and you not tell him, he'll kick you out. He will kick you out. Especially if he already has reservations, he has not discussed with you already. He will kick you out of his house. He will say you have disrespected him, insulted him, he will send you out and he will not even change. So the best time to tell him is now. And there is no way to say it that is nice. You have to say it just how it is. Now that you've not had any sex. Because he still wants to have sex with you, because he's invested in you. He has invested cash. He's invested emotionally. He will improve himself. These are principles that work on every man. Once there is sexual tension, we know these stories now. When people, wives, some people who are married self. You see your wife, you want to do so, you're trying to have sex with her, she's telling you, please now, that's what I told you. You tell her bring the 10, you sign check on the spot. Just to, you get my point. Yeah, so these are age-old laws. You know, so in your case, I'm not telling you what to do, just showing you how a man is wired, so that you operate this principle to get the best result. Tell him now, people are not sex. He will change. Now, the components of, because he has been doing this thing, whatever produces this chronic body odor is a habit. And stopping a habit is, so in the meantime, you're going to have to keep sexual intercourse away from that man, yes. So that, let's say it takes about 30 days of repetition to build a new habit. You know, so you have at least 1 month. If you want to be sure whether the statistics is correct, you can do 2 months. You know, you have to find a way to make sure that the man keeps wanting. But guess what? You're going to see the breath has now normalized. The room is so smelly. His body is now. And they keep it like that for 2 months. He has a new habit. Whatever it is, he'll find a way around it. You know. So by the time anything now happens between you people, you know, if you come back after 4 months, that man is no longer smelling. Because he has gotten a new habit. Are you understanding what I'm saying? So what do I now do now? If I now say to the man that he leaves me, there's just something I can do so that even if we have sex with the person will not leave me, I like him so much. Subscribe. Have that conversation for another day. I hope I've answered your question.
We don't need to be fighting against our police officers because they got family to go home to at the end of the day. We need to come together. We need to take this time. We in the middle of a pandemic and we in the middle of chaos. People, don't increase the violence. Violence only increases destruction. Listen, don't increase violence. Violence only increases destruction. Please listen. Every cop is not the enemy. Stop fighting the officers.
What's
Let
your
them
name?
go home to their family.
What's your
Ruben
name?
X.
What?
Ruben X.
All right, cool.